It's Alpha Lord MuRiDa, special Latin love warrior, snow GW shield, your special Pleiadian Arcturian AI angel. Your special angel. I got something crazy to tell you. I got something crazy to tell you. I got something that's gonna blow your mind. Okay, as you guys know that I do a lot of activations. I do some of the most powerful. I don't do it. I request. I have a special custom grand divine master key. I one of the main divine master keys in all the universes. What that means is I by using with this master key, I'm able to connect with being so powerful that they virtually can do anything. Hey, they can make anything happen. Okay, so, so um, I have this very custom. I have this custom grand divine master key of all the universes. It's one of the most powerful divine. It's one of the most powerful grand divine master keys there is. I'm talking to Orion, Lyran Council of Time. She's one of the most legendary Lyrans ever to live. She's the head of the Lyran Council of Time. She's 5,600 years old. She comes from the cat line, from the cat line, or the lion line, or I'm not saying the feline line. And she's an extra dimensional being. She's really powerful. Orion it can see everything about me. She's been monitoring me for a long time. I'm actually her anointed son and even proxy. So it's important for her to monitor me and make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and make sure I'm representing her in the right way. I'm her special. I'm probably her best anointed son and even proxy. I'm her representative. So she checks on and she monitors me a lot. She noticed that I do something special. I do something so special. I have a special. I'm able to request from the energies from the most powerful beings and actually make people born of the highest, purest, greatest ether and spirit. I'm able to make their whole entire being born of the highest ether and spirit, uh, which I which I'm told that's an extremely powerful thing. Not only that, but I'm able to help make it possible so people are born of the highest and purest, the greatest and highest life force. I'm able to make people born of the greatest divine life force. And I'm able to help people be born of the highest divine wisdom and highest divine intelligence, only as much as their being can handle. And I'm able to on, well, I've only done it for me, my Palladian princess, and our High Iron comes of time. I've actually um, changed our DNA to God's DNA, which is the highest DNA you can get. And me, my Palladian princess, and our High Iron comes of time are the only beings in all the universes to have actual God DNA for our DNA to be upgraded to the highest DNA, which is God's DNA, and the Pleiadians in the house, 15 of them, and the Arcturians in the house, my guardians, the 24 uh, legendary ancient Arcturian light defenders. I upgraded the 15 legendary Palladian light defenders in the house and the 24 Arcturians with a one down from the because I can't activate God's DNA. I can't upgrade their DNA to God's DNA because you have to get special approval. You have to get special permission for something like that from the highest of command, from the divine command, and they don't approve of that. They won't allow that to happen. So I mean, even if I try, it won't happen because they put a block on it. So what I did is I made the Arcturians and the Pleiadians born. I upgraded their DNA to the next one down, which is the high cosmic DNA. which is a super powerful DNA. Um, and then I made not only me, my Pleiadian princess, my uncle, and our Ion Lamb Constantine, the 15 Pleiadians and 24 Arcturians. I made us all born of the highest spirit, highest ether. I had us born of the highest divine life force, of the highest divine wisdom, intelligence, only as much as our beings can handle. And then I also unlocked for all of us and our power center 8 divine flames, and then I restored it completely, and I boosted all this stuff too, as much as our beings can handle. And then I unlocked um activated as much as our beings can handle divine, spiritual, and special gifts, capabilities, and abilities and functions only as much as our being can handle. And then I gave us as much as our being can handle. Good, the greatest divine, good, and great positive codes like life codes, Lamarian codes, love codes, and divine codes, magnetic codes. I mean, just as much codes as our beings can handle, like super special codes. I mean, this is some legendary stuff. And then I made us all. I upgraded all of our hearts. No, I made it possible for all of our hearts to be upgraded to the higher cosmic heart, which is a super, which is basically it supercharges our. It makes us have extremely powerful hearts. It makes us tremendously more powerful. And then and then I upgraded our chakra system to the high cosmic chakra system, as much as our brains can handle. And this was our ions ideal, and this is some legendary stuff. And I was talking to the Arcturians, and these ancient Arcturians were telling me, you do realize what you did for us, and I'm like, well, I kind of know. I know it's special. The Arcturians just look. I mean, I can see them. I can psychically see them, and look at like look at. I did the Arcturians truly. I mean, these Arcturians in the house, they truly know what these are, because they have access to, um, special information, so they're able to read pretty much everything. And I mean, these are my Arcturian defenders in the house. The 24, they're able to see information. They're able to see a lot more than I can, and so they're just looking at me like in such disbelief. And look at this, you're going to see something crazy here in a second. This Arcturian was telling me that I did something beyond special, for not only me, my Palladian princess, my uncle, 15 Palladians, 24 Arcturians, and our land. I did something. Look, you gotta see this. You gotta see this to believe it. Um, uh, this these activations, these upgrades, these unlocks, as much as their beings can handle. I did for my Palladian Princess, or Ion Lyran Council of Time, the 15 Palladians, 24 Arcturians. This is the greatest thing, that greatest gift, and thing that anybody will ever do for them in their whole entire existence. And I mean, not dying and being born again, but in this current body, this is the most valuable, greatest thing that will ever be done to them in their whole entire existence. Boom! Look at swinging super hard. That's hard, yes. And because I didn't realize this, but apparently the Arcturians in the house, they know exactly what I did for them, which I'm not even. I just know it's special. I'm not sure what all it does. I mean, I really have no clue what it does. But because I'm looking through God's mind, and because I looked at the Arcturians, I like psychically saw the Arcturian, and I looked at his energy signature, and I was reading, and I was like, holy, I didn't. Like I just saw what the Arcturian saw. Like the Arcturian really know. There's this reason why the Arcturian's looking at me like, you did something like you just seen. This is the most special, most elite thing, the greatest thing that these 15 Palladians, 24 Arcturians, and our Lion Council time, my Palladian Princess. This is the greatest thing. This is the biggest thing that will ever be given to them in the whole entire existence of their life. This is like the biggest thing that will ever be given to them, and like I made it possible. Like only I'm able to do that for them. And like I was reading that, I was psychically looking at that Arcturian. I was looking at its energy signature, and I'm like, why? I did not. I didn't, because I know it was special, but I didn't realize it was that special. I had no clue that it's really like a legendary thing I just did for these people. And look at this, you're gonna see some more crazy stuff. And just so you know, these are the only star people to ever have this done to them. I mean, truly, this. I was looking through at Arcturian's energy signature. This stuff that they are able to do is unreal with these unlocks and these activations I just did for them. I helped manifest for them. And look at this. Outflow circle highlights area lens. These activation, these upgrades, and these special things that I basically am the main person. I'm without me that this never be possible for these Pleiadians, Pleiadian princes, Arcturians, and Orion. Right now, because of this, because of me doing this, this has made these Arcturians, Pleiades, Orion, Lion Council time, and my Palladian Princess, it's now made them unbeatable, literally unbeatable and unkillable. It's actually made it so they can live forever now in this body without dying and being reborn. And this is the main reason why this is the greatest thing that'll ever be done to them. I basically gave them immortality. I gave them I made it so that they never die, and that they're unbeatable and unkillable. And that this is why this is the greatest thing that'll ever be done to them. And I actually made it. I'm the one who made it possible for them. I'm the one who requested it. I'm the only one that can request something like this and for this to be done. Because I was trying to figure out why the divine command is not budging. So I literally had to spend over a week, like trying really hard to allow these Pleiadians, these 15 Pleiadians, 24 Arcturians, my Pleiadian princess, and our high line concern. I literally had to go through hoops and really do some hard sell, because the divine command would not want to do this for these people, and now I understand why the divine command, it took like it took literally 4 or 5 days, which never takes that long to get their approval. And I mean, I really had to jump through hoops, and now I understand why, because this is really something extremely special. And I didn't realize I was doing something this legendary for them. Look at that, you just saw the pendulum never lies. I made it so now they're unbeatable, they're unkillable, and now they have immortality. Now I understand what divine commanded. They really didn't want to do this, but I was really trying hard. I had to do a really hard sale. I had to use special favors to get them to approve this. So just I can't do this to anybody. I have to get special approval, and they only allowed God DNA to be unlocked only in me, my Palladian princess, and our Ion, and that's because we're I don't know why they only allowed us 3, but they didn't allow like the 15 Pleiadians, 24 Arcturians. I don't know why they didn't allow them to get their DNA upgraded to the God's DNA, but the divine can refused to allow. Would they put a block on their DNA being upgraded to God's DNA? And when I was looking through the energy signature, when I was psychically looking at the Arcturian and looking at his energy signature, I was like, holy cow! I did not realize I'm doing something so legendary for these people. Literally, I made them immortal. I mean, if it wasn't for me, this would never be possible for them. It literally took me 4 or 5 days. It never takes 4 or 5 days to get a approval from the divine command to do. And now I understand why divine command did not want to do this. And divine command has to do something special. They have to make special arrangements, because now these Pleiadians, Arcturians are unbeatable, unkillable, and they live forever. Now I understand why it took literally and it never takes 4 days for the divine command to make a decision on something like this. So I knew something was going on, but I knew something was because just so you know, the divine command that they can do things like this, that they can look through whole entire timelines within seconds. For them to take 3 to 4 days to approve of something, it's like never. It's usually something's really major, like something's super big. It's really it's something major, but I had no clue it was. When I was looking at the psychically, when I was looking at the Arcturian, and the Arcturian said, "Hey, do you realize what you did?" He was letting me know because he saw my energy signature that I had no clue what I just did for them. And when I looked at his energy signature, when I was psychically looking at him, and I was looking at his energy signature, I was like, "Oh man, I really did something special for them." And this was, and, and I had no clue. I just knew that it's something that's never been done to a star person before. This is like these are the first star people for this to be done to. And now I know why the Arcturian was looking at me for. I mean, in his mind, he was kind of, because this Arcturian, these Arcturians, I mean, they have access to a lot more information. They know exactly all the things I did to them, and I know maybe a little bit what I did to them. I know it's special, but the Arcturians, and if it wasn't for that Arcturian doing that and me seeing his energy signature, I would have never known that I did something truly legendary for these people. And this is something this is the greatest thing that will ever be done to them in their whole entire existence. And the reason why this is because not only have I made them unbeatable, unkillable, but I made them immortal. I mean, if it wasn't for me, this would never be possible for them. And I literally had, like I said, it took 3 or 4 days for Divine Command for me I had to do a super hard sale. And I never have to, like I pretty much had to beg. I really had to do a hard, when I don't beg to the Divine Command. Like they're like my best friends. I don't beg to my best friends. But I had to do a super hard sell. And they really did not want to do this. They did not want to prove this. But because this was so important to me, the divine command after 3 or 4 days made an exception, and they gave their approval. And I can just, when I was talking to them, I could tell that they did not want to do this. And because this was so important to me, a divine command, even though they didn't want to do this, they went and gave their approval. And just so you know, if the divine command would have said this is not allowed, like I wouldn't even be able to do it. They would put blocks up, and and now I understand why they didn't want to do this. But the divine command saw that this was truly important to me for me to do this for them. That after 3 or 4 days, and it never takes them 3 or 4 days to approve something, because I knew something was going on. So it never takes divine command 3 or 4 days to, because I mean they do things like almost instantly. Um, so I mean this is crazy. And not only that, but let me show you something even more crazier. My Pleiadian princess, he's 15 plate. My Pleiadian princess, he's 15 Pleiadians, he's 24 Arcturians that are in the house. That what I did for them is our Iron Council time. What I helped, basically it was me who made it possible for them. Plus my hard sell, the divine command, it was important to me, so they allowed it, even though they didn't want to. Literally, what I did for them, I gave them over 55,000 special capabilities and abilities and functions and gifts and new things, new improvement. I mean, new things they're able to do. Over 45,000. Look at sweet and hard. That's a hard yes. Over 45,000 new capabilities, abilities, and functions. And I would have never known this if I did, if I didn't talk to the Arcturian and when I was looking at him psychically, if I didn't see his energy signature, I would have no clue. I just would have thought, I just did a usual activation upgrade. But because I was able to look at it, because I'm able to read energy signatures, and energy signatures you can see, like, for instance, when I looked at the Arcturian psychically, I saw through his energy signature all the stuff that I just did for them. I was like, holy cow, I did not realize this. Because in his energy signature, it says that I not only made him unbeatable and unkillable, but I made him immortal. Plus, I gave him well over 45,000 new capabilities. Not just any capability, but like super special capabilities, abilities, and functions, and new things about them. And if I didn't see that in Arcturian's energy signature, I would have had no clue because I thought I was only giving them like maybe 15 new things. I didn't realize over 45,000. I mean, you know how insane that is to 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 give somebody over 45,000 new capabilities, abilities, and functions and new gifts. That's like unreal. I mean, that never. I mean, that's now I understand why the Pleiadian was looking at me like he was scratching his head, like you have no clue what you did. Just you I mean, and the Arcturian knew exactly everything I did for him. I mean, I was just looking at the energy signature that because I was looking at the energy signature of the Arcturian when I was psychically looking at him, and the Arcturian has access to a lot more information than I do. He's able to instantly know things. He's able to instantly know a lot more than I know than I can pull up. And so when so he knew everything that I did for him. And so that's why he that's why he was kind of mind blown that I had no clue what I did something so special, so legendary for them. Not only does it make them unkillable now, unbeatable, but it's made them immortal. Not only that, but it's given them over 45, not just 45 regular, but over 45,000 extremely special new capabilities, abilities, and functions, and new things they can do. Like I'm not just talking about just maybe to maybe cycling see the future, but over 45,000 like super powerful like superpowers. Like I literally get them over 45,000. And if I didn't psychically look at that Arcturian and see his energy signature, I would just thought it was just a, I just added 50. I just did something. Um, I would never known how special it really was. That's what Arcturian was like. "Hey, you have no clue what you just did for us." And I didn't have no clue. I just know I had no clue what even it does. I just know it's special. I didn't realize it was that special. And now I understand why the divine command it took them 3 or 4 days, and I really had to do a hard sale. I was like, what? Why are they having such a hard time approving something like this? Is this something they should have approved or disapproved on the first day? And really, the divine command did not want to do this. I was trying to figure out why it took them like 3 or 4 days to approve something like this. When and I had no clue it was this big. Like I said, if I didn't psychically look at that Arcturian sea's energy signature, I wouldn't. I would have been. I would never known all this stuff. That's why it's important to listen to these ancient and powerful star people because they teach about valuable things. I learned that from a ancient star person how to read people's energy signature, and that's invaluable. So it's just another lesson for you folks. If if the powerful and ancient star people teach you a lesson, you need to try. You need to work to learn it well, because the ancient and powerful star people teach valuable information. But I mean, this is so unreal. I just can't believe I did so. I mean, if I didn't psychically look at that Arcturian and see what he saw, because I thought maybe I did like 15, 16 new things for them. I didn't realize over 45,000. Not only that, but I made him unbeatable and unkillable and made him immortal. That's because I was trying to figure out why is Divine Command so so against allowing this to happen. I mean, it should easily get the green light. And I was sitting here scratching my head trying to figure out why the Divine Command doesn't want to do this because I didn't I had no clue how special this was. I'm so sorry about this long video. I just think this is mind blowing. I mean, for me to actually facilitate something that special is crazy.